welcome to the dark side. I'm BattleMacDillar, and welcome back to another episode of 7 Days to Die. Now, if you notice, like if you've been watching a couple of these videos, this is not at all the map that I was using before. Like, I didn't make this much progress on that other map. You need a long time. It's winter in that one area. Okay. But this is a map that my friend Panzer and I have started. This is the map that we call Fortress, Sweet Fortress. Now, it kind of sucks, because you notice this is still under construction. This top layer was not here for a while, and I got to reorient myself with this. Yeah, I know, you're roasting your ass off because you have a fuck ton of clothing. Now, I'm going to go out. Oh my god, controls, what are you? So, I believe I have hordes turned off again. Don't hold me to that. Let me give you a quick look around. Like you can see, this is armed to the tooth, and what we're designing this to be is to legit look like a fortress. Now, all of what happened here, it really sucks, but I had to redo a lot of this because I also expanded the top layer just a little bit. Gotta double check, because I don't think I turned off enemies yet. But as you can also see, there's bodies everywhere, and that's because my friend and I, like, we did the Day 49 Horde, because that is supposed to be one of the toughest, and then it all just resets, like, the way, if you guys can hear that, I definitely did not turn off hordes. There you are. Because I love this thing. What? That's not how. Oh, I only had one shot left. God, I love this thing. Only problem is I'm just calling in more and more zombies. What the fuck? Gross. Is there a day horde out here and I'm just not. Oh, hi. Okay. Yeah, so this is the thing. Anyways, you can see, like, that top layer was not there. It was just one layer. You'd see that. And what we'd do is we'd jump from those layers. We'd come out to there. Would you shut up? I'm trying to talk to people. Yeah, he's gonna die before too long. Oh, looks like they updated the textures again. And there's the airdrop. Good God, that's really close. Or my audio's just turned way the hell up. But we're building this into a forest because we're also trying to make it look spookier. Like, we have this house in just the middle of absolutely nowhere, except we have a huge ass town over there. And I'm done wasting ammo. And I'm gonna go get that. Now, I haven't played this in forever. I don't exactly know where I am physicality wise. I know that in this map, I know how to make everything gun. Only downside is, when I was building the fortress up, I didn't think about it, but because I added a couple layers out, there wasn't enough support, so that when I started building the second story, it all just came tumbling down, and it took our workbench with it, which was extremely difficult to make at first because we were having a hard time finding mechanical parts. I'm not going to have any trouble doing that now. Yeah, we have the other fill right there. But I think I have enough mechanical parts I can make a new one. And also tried building those watchtowers to actually have roofs on them, because what my... Hello, friend. Because what my plan is to, turn it into, like, make a treehouse out of it. Because the one thing I learned watching an old video is, I watched a video, I can't remember who did it, but they were testing tree houses, and they found out that they're actually very sturdy, very easy to make as long as they touch the tree. And the cool part about tree houses is zombies do not attack trees. Like, that was one of the cool things that we found out. So, like your base is about to get overrun, and the first two things were, you know, either make a base underground or build a base up. Only downside is building base underground. If you don't have that ground perfectly flat and you don't have anything standing up, zombies can kind of like destroy stuff and get down into your underground bunker, which is one of the most unfortunate things. Yeah, I know, you're dying. Ooh. More shit that I already know how to make. Okay. What the fuck is that sound? Am I like near the burn area? Yeah, that's what it is. Alright. Quick do this. Take off your duster. I have no water on me. Nice. Alright. So once I get back, I'm going to turn off zombies, and I'm going to show you all of what I've done. Oh yeah. If you look in here, I have ammo for days. For a while, we were talking about I don't think I ever mentioned it in a video, but treasure hunting is bullshit difficult, I thought. Because you have a 10 block by 10 block radius stock, and some people told me that the treasure that was inside wasn't all that good. Fact of the matter is, depends on the treasure chest. The treasure chest. The treasure chest that my friend and I found, both of them, were absolutely amazing. We found just thousands. Hi, friend. I thought that was a dog for a second. By the way, turns out sledgehammers are a dog's kryptonite and my best friend. Because as you can see, I'm really good at weapon and gunsmithing. That's why I have a level 340 blunderbuss and a level 377 sledgehammer. And the reason why my crafting is so high, because my miscellaneous crafting is also a lot higher than my friends, is because I was the one making the traps and stuff for all around the house. Because if you kind of notice, around the fortress, there was a tunnel dug out around it, and inside of that I put the wooden spikes, not the logs, big spikes, but the small ones that take forever to destroy and do a lot of damage. Only downside is it takes a lot of wood to actually make good wooden log spikes, or wooden spikes, and to make a lot of them. Like, I had about 6,000 wood in my inventory, and it wasn't enough to go all the way around the building. It was absolutely stupid. But the other thing my friend and I are doing is, yeah, like right here, those. And then I do have another layer of those, and I need to fix them up. My friend might be mad at me because, oh my god, played a bunch of Skyrim lately, so I keep thinking squares to interact with stuff. Another cool thing about this is, oh, is it? No, I'm just on the wrong wall. Yeah, right here. A friend of mine found out how to glitch concrete. Now, he did it completely by accident, so he didn't actually find out how to, or find like some mystical secret. God, I love the ambiance in here, but I hate it at the same time. God. But he accidentally glitched that. Now, as you can see, we are smelting a shit ton of clay. Like, we have resources for days. There was a while where we had an iron shortage. We did something, and that was how we figured out how to get a shit ton of iron. And also, I had been burning coal in chests before, and that was actually a dumb idea, because coal is what you mix with nitrate powder, and you make gunpowder. And then gunpowder you mix with some rocks to make blunderbuss ammo, or you get some bullet tips, or like bullet tips. You can make shotgun shells. You can make any kind of shell, or you mix it with buckshot to make shotgun shells. And yeah, so give me 1 second here. I'm just going to turn off enemies because I just want to roam around and do stuff like that. But now, day oh my god, math. Day 58 will just be a little bit stronger than the Day 7 Horde, because the Hordes in this game, they aren't static. They aren't the same thing over and over again. It's kind of like the stock market. There's peaks, then it goes back down and goes back up. God damn it. Of course my battery's low. So, the peak is the 7th horde of that, like, lap, so to speak. Okay, standard options. God, I'll never remember where these are. Enemy spawning, there we go. Disabled. Only downside is I'm still going to carry a weapon with me for a little bit, because there will be pre-spawns. And those I hate. Like, when you go around and you're not expecting an enemy around, then all of a sudden it's like, oh hey look, pre-spawn. Which is why I always carry a sledgehammer on me for 2 reasons. One, sledgehammers are absolutely bullshit overpowered. Not saying nerf them, because I love it. And that's how I bust into stuff. Like, if you ever look, when you're using a stone axe or even a claw hammer, trying to bust into a gun safe is frickin' long. But with the sledgehammer, it takes like 20 hits and you're into that thing. Sorry, just quick sending a message. Alright. So, I should also still have some effects on me. And also I didn't realize how amazing vitamins are. Like, vitamins are so good to you. And I just throw those in there randomly, but I have organization that I do. Oh yeah, and I have every single type of gun. We actually found this sniper rifle in a chest. And you know what? Here's the dumb thing. I'm going to pull that back out and show you guys something. I don't like this. Oh, one more. I think there's a way to go into... Nope. There's some way to go into third person, I think. But at the end of this barrel, it is silenced. Or it looks like it has a silencer on it. But it doesn't have silenced fire. Like, it fires loud, like you would think a sniper rifle would sound. Which I think is absolutely stupid. Also, the crossbow is one of my favorite weapons. It's easy to make, and the crossbow bolts are a lot better than these arrows and stuff. We're still not up to steel smithing yet, which sucks, but we'll get there. Also, one of my other precious items, I'll have to repair it soon, is this shotgun. One of the things my friend and I learned when making guns and stuff is that you should not just up and like throw everything away if it's lower than a certain level. But if you take this out, when it comes to gun parts, like you see, this has some really good parts in it. So what we've been doing is, they said, well, don't put like a super high powered part into a low level gun. Like, I had a part level 10 in here and I had this 577. Well, that was actually the wrong thing to do, because then it'd take you forever to try and make a gun. The best thing you can do is just keep all your parts together and only look for parts that will level up. Obviously, this shotgun part, it's going to be almost impossible to find parts better than that. It is level 577. Go back into here. And I have this all kinds of organized, because that's how I like it. I was only going to put shotgun slugs in here, but when you're dealing with a horde, the best thing is shotgun shells, because... What the... No. Okay, game. I see how you work. This stuff all in here. Sorry, this takes me forever because I have a certain way I like this. I have this organized by ammo type. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm move you over there. This 44 Magnum is also, like, a beautiful weapon. Like, keep the knife on me just 'cause... Nah, actually no, because I use the sledgehammer more than I'll ever use a knife. Probably read that stuff again. Here's the weird part. When it comes to 44 Magnum building, it took us forever to try and find the schematic for that. You don't find an actual 44 Magnum schematic. You find this magazine, and that's what it takes to make a 44 Magnum. And we would scrap a lot of this stuff to try and get paper or something out of it because we were making blunderbuss ammo. Another thing we learned is you should actually read the stuff, because what it will actually end up doing is it levels up that kind of crafting. So like this, I believe, should level up my science. Can't remember if you have to... No, you gotta go like that. Read. There, science level 16. Only downside is there you go. Yeah, there, miscellaneous crafting level 91. I almost have that maxed out. And gunsmithing level 52. Another thing I want to show you guys is the map. We were scavenging for a while, so this map is really filled out, especially around where we live, which makes a lot of sense. What's weird is you'll have these random splotches. And also, I got more into using the markers, because I didn't realize how important these can be. And the X's, I believe, were nitrate or coal deposits, because we've been using that to try and make shells, because ammo is so vital in this game, and it is so difficult to find. The reason why this isn't complete is because we were getting ready, and my friend ran upstairs to use the bathroom, and I was going to keep working on this, and all of a sudden I look up, and I look at the time up underneath the compass, and it said 23:30, and I was like, oh shit, on day 49. So I was getting ready, no, is that, no, I'm sorry, it doesn't go to night at that. 21:30 was the time, because then 2200 is when it goes to night, or 10 o'clock. So I quick run downstairs to my weapons chest, and I just fill up with anything that I could possibly need, because I just throw all my weapons in. I don't care what it is, it's going on me. So everything in here was on me, as you saw. And I actually did run through a lot of shotgun shells, because I had another 250 of these, because that was one of my favorite things to use. We also started getting into the missions more. Like, we thought they were just kinda dumb, but you get a lot of XP points for those, which is how you upgrade your crafting and stuff. Like, all this. I have this really done. Unfortunately, I failed this. We found out that if it's your map, you should be the one to actually go into it and find it. Because he found my treasure map, which was Claw's, which had the sniper rifle and a ton of ammo in there. Versus I was the one that then found his treasure map, which had all the money in it. Now, the major downside to that was we both failed the treasure maps, which really sucked. But so we both lost out on about 5 points there for upgrading stuff. I'm also gonna take all these out of here. You know, I remember starting. We also found out that repair kits are super easy to make. We thought they were a lot more difficult. Anyways, good God, what the fuck was I saying? Oh my God. Oh yeah. So when you start this out, like, that's why I didn't want to jump in on any of the other maps anymore, because I just got tired of having low level stuff. When you get so used to having nothing under level 200, you really start to hate your life if you can't do certain things. Now, what I'm going to plan on doing is finishing up this top layer. I'm not going to get started on the tree house, and also probably going to go out and do some shit later. And one thing I am going to do real quick is I'm going to move all my tools down to my hotbar. These are the super important ones. Also going to move this down and this down because I'm going to plant some of these seeds. One of the really cool things... Oh, son of a bitch. One of the really cool things to this game is the trees make it so easy to reproduce, because you cut down one tree, you get 2 seeds out of it. Unless it's a birch, you have to find those seeds, which I think is dumb. And the other weird thing is there's blueberry bush outside of our house. I'm not going to judge. See, I don't know what all happened, but this bridge, we spawned in, and I went to go walk across it, and the bridge just fell. Or maybe it even just spawned like that, I don't know. But the water here is all messed up now, because I went down underneath. Because down here, oh my god, they updated that, so that looks so weird. But there was a bunch of just iron down here. Yeah, they definitely updated that, because it is a lot darker down here now. There was so much iron down here that I came down here with this pickaxe and just started getting all kinds of iron that I could. And I could do that with this whole thing if I wanted to. There's another bridge farther over that I was trying to kill a pig at, and it walks on top and the bridge just collapses. The pig stays up, but the rest of the bridge collapses, and I was like, what the fuck? No, it's kind of a pain in the ass, like we don't have an easy way to get in. Because at first, that first wall, the door was around here. And the way that we designed this was so that if zombies did make it in through the door, because they most commonly attack doors if they come from that side. But luckily enough, they came from this side mostly this time. If they get in, then they can't just bust in and go straight to another door. They'd have to bust through the wall, get through all the spikes and stuff, instead of being able to just run they'd have to run all the way around, and the door's over here. Downside to that is, it's a pain in the ass for us, and it takes forever to get out, or in, because getting out is not that difficult for how we're setting this up. But, show you kind of what the plan is. I have supports on this thing all over. But what the plan is, I'm going to build this up to this high. This whole top one we're going to try and make glass, because we want to have it be an observatory and kind of look out over the trees and see kind of where a horde starts coming from. And then these are going to be stocked up 4 high, and then I'm going to have a door at each end. Then you jump out onto these and you can get over to the tree houses, which is the other reason we're putting up so many trees. Unfortunately, with a lot of things, you can't plant trees in certain places, so this gap right here would be a major pain in the ass unless I put some supports down. Downside to supports, zombies can attack them. And certain supports get taken out, the whole thing will collapse, especially if you start trying to put weight on there. Which is why underneath here I have oodles and oodles of supports. Like, can you actually not see them? Well, anyways, there's a support just about every other block underneath here, because I had this collapse on me, I had that collapse on me, so I need to get supports on the watchtowers. I'm good with supports here. I'm thinking log supports, because the main thing that'll really piss you off with those kinds of supports is I need to be 2 blocks out. Like, that support is not holding up the planks that's right next to the building, it's holding up this one. And that is what will really piss a guy off, because obviously these, a lot of them are just 1 block out. So I'd either have to expand, which would make, oh yeah, I always take off the bottom ladder because zombies can't climb ladders if the bottom one's gone. Because zombies can't jump. Except for jumpers, which is why I always have spikes on top of a wall. But if I moved it out, then jumpers could just jump right up here, possibly even just jump over there if we leave a door open. Ooh, just to get that real quick. There we go. That would have made me very angry. But then obviously you saw there was one completed one. There's going to be stairs running to that. There's going to be some log supports going down. And cool part is you can walk right off of those instead of needing to jump back. Only downside is, what we used to do for getting to these is when this wall wasn't here, we could just jump from the supports, or the watchtowers, to the main platform to another platform if we wanted to. Nighttime. You could jump from the watchtowers to the main platform to another watchtower if there were zombies coming from other directions. Now here was the one thing we didn't think about. When we built this, it was so foggy out, and there was actually a bear around here at one point in time. But it was so foggy out, I didn't see the city literally right behind our house. And here's the thing. Dogs and zombies all spawn in here. And at the time, dogs were a pain in the ass. Zombies you can run from during the day at least. But dogs will kill you with a passion. Dogs are not man's best friend in here. But we've done a lot of traveling, which is why you see a lot of these roads. We've seen where the radiation zone is, and here, the downside is, I thought there was just one in a map, but you travel all the way out here, and this is like a day's walk on here, which is why I'm going to get around to building mini bikes. God damn it, I can't talk. But the radiation zone curves all the way up here. And there was a nice desert town. Only downside to going to the desert is we're dressed for the area that we're in, which is back over here, close to the winter area, so it gets cold around here, because there is technically 4 seasons. Also, one of the cool parts, when we were walking around, we found this, which at first I looked at it and I was like, that's a fucking coliseum. Because you see this first, and it legit looks like a coliseum. But then you go out and you find out it's supposed to be like a football field. And this is how I found out that this game could also be named American Simulator, or Stereotypical Simulator 2018, because there was a gun safe up in the press box, and I was like, other countries would only think in America you would find a gun safe in a press box. But yeah, you have zombies versus survivors, so this was also kind of a play, and there was a lot of stuff in here. Because there were locker rooms and everything. It was actually fairly accurate to like a professional football place. Maybe more like college, not quite professional level. Then over here was a schoolhouse, which made me think it was either college or high school. Other than that, nothing really major has gone on. We've been trying to just find nitrate powder. Like, I've looked up so many tips and tricks trying to find nitrate powder, and they basically said if you can't find it on the surface, you have to try and dig down and hope to God you get lucky. And yeah, it's just been kind of unfortunate. But this is actually a really nice place. Like, when we picked this, I spawned... Why are you giving me sounds, game? What did I do to you? Okay. Anyways, when my friend and I first got into this game, we spawned somewhere over here. Like, on this road is where we actually found the original house. And I ran actually, I think it might have even been in this direction, but I ran over here, and I found this place, and I started building, and it scared the shit out of me, because when we got here, there was a bear literally right there, and it was nighttime, so zombies were running around. I was just smart and managed to get a bedroll down. My friend Panzer was not that lucky. It took him forever to get here, because he died, spawned all the way out here in the desert, ran, made it to about here, died again, and then spawned somewhere up here, and then finally made it, and I had the house up by that time. And at that time, all we had in here was this little bit. Just that little porch. Actually, Yeah, that little bit. And we had our 2 bedrolls sitting right here. Because all of us was supposed to be a shanty, and then that's when I expanded out. We made our little bedrooms over here. Probably gonna actually build a real house sometime. Finished this out, which became our main hallway. And we had, I don't even think we had spikes around there, because I think we turned off zombies at some point. And it took us forever, but we finally built the wall, put the spike. No, we did have spikes around here. And then we destroyed them because I couldn't get around anymore. Put up the wall, which took forever because it takes 5 hits to upgrade. Whoops. Because it takes 5 hits to upgrade one of these. And not only that, but it takes a lot of rock and a lot of clay. Perks though, there's a huge ass clay deposit right over there. So, but this forge never gets shut off. We initially had 3 forges, one over here, one over there, and here. But we only ever used this one. Like, we never used any of the other forges. Legit, never used it. Because we had all the iron in that main one. So, I think I've done enough talking. Not much has happened in this video. God, I hope this isn't as loud for y'all. Also, found out this is faster when you're when you level up your hammer. That'll piss a guy off. So, I'm not going to destroy this quite yet, because that's how I've been getting around to all of these other places. Like that one, because I put the stairs there, put the stairs there. This one's the only completed one. And this watchtower itself is not complete. Like I said, supports. And then we're out on into the trees at some point, but not gonna jump off from here. Probably gonna jump off from up there, jump off to a platform here, and then you're out into the trees, because you're not getting anywhere fast with this. So I've talked for enough. I think I've talked for a solid half hour. Not much has happened, but I'll see you guys in the next one.